3D printers are amazing tools. By leveraging our previous laser experience, we are excited to make the next generation of affordable, high-quality 3D printers.
We wanted our printer fast, while still maintaining quality. We designed our printer to be over 10 times faster, at 3000 millimeters per second, by optimizing chemistry, as well as our laser-controlled electronics. Through several design revisions, we optimized the laser optics path to print objects up to 7 by 7 by 9 inches, and it also looks great on your desk.
Full Spectrum Laser specializes in advanced software and electronics, which we brought to our 3D printers. Prepare your models with our powerful, easy-to-use software. Add supports automatically or modify them manually. Easily connect over Ethernet, Wi-Fi, or USB. Because our printer has a full touchscreen computer, you can even browse pre-tested objects online in our built-in model store and print them directly from the printer without ever turning on your computer.
We have a nozzle system which includes needle valves, so we're able to shut off the flow of plastic instantly. This means no more oozing, no more stringing as you move between parts, and no more bumps on the outside. This means perfect parts every time. We've also got a new extruder design that, rather than relying on one feed wheel and a follower, we have 2 contra-rotating feed wheels that grab hold of the filament, ensure it never slips, always forces material to the head, and reduces the chance of blockages. And not only that, the extruder includes a closed feedback system, so we have an indexing wheel that monitors the filament moving into the extruder versus that that's coming out. So if there is any stall or blockage, the software knows straight away. As soon as it knows, it can stop the print. You can then intervene and fix any problem that may have occurred, and then the printer will resume from where it left off. Something I don't believe has yet been seen.
Never before has a 3D printer been offered with this higher specification at such a low price.
In our head we have a twin nozzle system. This has a 0.3mm and a 0.8mm nozzle. This means that you have a high resolution but low speed nozzle for completing the high quality surface finish and perimeter of the part, and then a much larger nozzle which is capable of filling the part, resulting in print times of up to 300% greater than our competitors. Because we have a very rigid frame, we can operate the printer at much higher speeds than normal, and not only that, we have a Bowden tube extruder so that the extruder is kept separate to the weight of the head. This allows us much higher printing and travel speeds.
Robox isn't just a stylish 3D printer. By simply removing the head, we can add much more functionality to our platform.
So we're starting out with 3D printing, but we hope to move into 3D scanning, stylus cutting, die cutting, pick and place maybe for surface mount PCB assembly, and also into milling using simple materials such as balsa, foam, plastics, and maybe PCB tracks.
The Robox platform really is endless. It's not just a 3D printer.
Everyone is focused only on the technical aspects of 3D printers. However, we understand that the key to mass adoption lies in having an insanely great user experience.
Based on your needs, the Buccaneer is built to be intuitive, relevant, and most of all, affordable. What you're about to see is a culmination of a year's worth of innovation. Introducing the Buccaneer, the 3D printer that everyone can use. Simple and elegant, and that is what a 3D printer should be. The Buccaneer is very beautifully crafted, and what it does is amazing. It is elegantly designed as a closed box system, and this design helps to ensure reliable prints. And the inbuilt filter will ensure that no smell is emitted from the printer. The plastic we use is biodegradable, The Buccaneer is environmentally friendly and food safe, so you can even eat from what you make. The Buccaneer is a 3D printer that truly looks at home on your table.
I have been building 3D printers from kits for a couple of years. There's a complicated assembly, setup, calibration, and then slicing. It just gets really frustrating when you want to use a 3D printer as a 3D printer. We know your pain, and that's why we built the Buccaneer to be as intuitive and accessible to the everyday consumer as possible. The Buccaneer is so easy to use. You take the materials cartridge, slot it into the top, turn the printer on, and you're ready. Your printer will connect wirelessly to our library via your Apple or Android device. Just choose whatever you like to print, press print, and watch it go.
We started with a seamless design and we looked at all the existing 3D printers and we took everything that we liked and redesigned everything else. We knew that in order for them to really live up to their potential, that they had to be affordable and completely effortless to use. And several months later, we'd done it.
In addition to reducing the size and the weight of the box, we also reduced the power consumption by about a factor of 10 compared to professional 3D printers.
By making it more power efficient, you basically reduce your costs of every component. It becomes lighter, the electronics become more affordable, everything drops. We use auto leveling and auto calibration so that you're never messing with the printer. We decided we had to provide software that just makes it really easy. So we have a library of existing parts and select what you want, just hit print.
People can use other sources for their filaments or they can use ours, and it goes both ways. Other people with different printers can buy our filaments as well. The Micro 3D printer is for everyone, and we designed it to be perfect for beginner users but also for expert users. Of course, they're already very useful today. You can use it for things like replacing a shower hook or building real prototypes or even functional parts, replacements for things around your house, for example. And that's just scratching the surface of what 3D printers are capable of.
You might be wondering, how can I possibly offer you a 3D printer that does all that for only $100? Unlike most other low-cost 3D printers, I didn't focus on using cheaper parts within the same design. Instead, I reinvented how the 3D printer works, using completely new methods that don't require the same expensive parts. I built my own galvanometers using a simple coil of wire and a magnet. A tensioned thread replaces the need for shafts, bearings, and springs. I wrote a script in Blender 3D that causes the sound card in your computer to drive the home-built galvanometers via your headphone jack, eliminating the need for an external microcontroller and a digital-to-analog converter. This turns out to be extremely accurate, as most sound cards are 16-bit, meaning the signal going to the printer has a resolution of over 4 gigapixels. The resin floats on top of salt water, so I created a drip system that feeds salt water into the print container, causing the resin floating on top of it to rise. This replaces the need for a rigid frame, stepper motors, and the electronics to drive them. I then needed to detect the level of the resin, so I created a switch by placing 2 metal contacts in the way of the drip feed. I wrote some code that detects the connection made when a drip hits the 2 contacts via the microphone jack in my laptop. Even in a small container, it takes over 1,000 drips to rise the level an inch. and that gives this printer a Z resolution that is easily less than 1/1000th of an inch.